I grew up watching my father type away on his keyboard as he programmed computers for a living. He constantly encouraged me to do the same. Despite his encouragement, I was never altogether so interested in the field. What I am interested, though, is the shocking absence of women in the high-tech world. Women are starting to outrank men in so many ways, at elite colleges, law schools, and so on, but in the field of technology, they are nowhere to be found. The technological world is dominated by men, and the gender divide has only been increasing. 0.3% of all incoming female college freshmen list computer science as a possible major, down 4.2% from 1982. In 1991, women received a third of the bachelor's degrees in computer science, while in 2007, they accounted for only 12% of undergraduate degrees in computer science and engineering in the United States. Only 3% of all tech startups are led by women. 2/3 of venture capital firms do not have a single female partner. I wanted to examine the reasons why there are so few women in the high-tech world, the qualities that women must possess to work in the industry, and the importance of opening the field to women. To look at the role of women in the world of technology, I focused on the Bay Area, and mostly a place that's very familiar to me, Silicon Valley, since it is a leading hub for high-tech innovation and accounts for 1/3 of the venture capital in the United States. It serves as a good model for the technology world as a whole. A close friend of my father's works part-time at Google, which is located in Silicon Valley, and part-time at Mills College. In 1991, she wrote a paper. 2 decades ago, Ellen Spertus looked around and noticed there were very few women in her line of work. She studied the matter and published her findings in a paper called "Why Are There So Few Female Computer Scientists?" The problem, Ellen argued, begins not as students enter college, or even high school, but much before then. On one rack in a computer store, covers in a comic book style depicted different video games. 28 men and 4 women were illustrated on the covers. The women were on the covers of Monopoly, Palace in Thunderland, as a very fat queen, and Wizard and the Princess, as a princess in a supplicating position on the floor. Sophia Chung, a software engineer at Facebook, agrees. The earlier you get in, the more confidence and experience you have in college and the job market. She herself was introduced to the field as a young child through her father, a math professor, and her older sisters, who majored in technology-related fields. Pooja Chopra is a junior at Head Royce, and one of only 5 girls in the AP Computer Science class.
Well, I think it's because guys, they usually get into these things at an earlier age, like Java and HTML, and so they're more motivated to do this class. Whereas a lot of girls are like, oh, it's comp sci, it must be hard. Oh, it's computers, I don't know how to use one. But you really don't have to know any of those things to do the class.
Audrey MacLean is an entrepreneur who has founded several technology companies and currently works at Stanford University's Graduate School of Engineering, who also believes that starting soon is extremely important. She said, "We need to get girls interested in computing by 1st grade. By 5th grade, it's game over." The problem, as she sees it, is that there is a culture of violence and other masculine ideals around gaming, which discourages young girls from taking an interest in it. By the time they graduate high school and go to college, they are surrounded by guys who have been working with computers for years. Right out of the gate, they're already so behind that they're discouraged from working with technology. For women to enter the technological field, an early start is important, not only to combat stereotypes and introduce girls to the subject matter in the same way as boys are introduced to it, but also to help them learn confidence and assertiveness. Lily Tretikov, a chief product officer at software company Sugar CRM, admitted in an interview that she's still not comfortable promoting herself. "It's like working up against what I was brought up to do. The girl syndrome is still very present. Males are brought up different culturally, to be confident and market themselves." Confidence and assertiveness are crucial for women to enter a playing field that is controlled almost entirely by men, and the women who do succeed in Silicon Valley do not lack it. Deborah Perry Piscione is a Silicon Valley entrepreneur who founded several technology-related companies and wrote a book called Secrets of Silicon Valley. She sees Silicon Valley women as strong-willed individuals who are determined, willing to speak their mind, and not concerned about likability. Women are generally stereotyped as an apologetic sex, because they frequently say, "I'm sorry." According to Piscione, this trait is rare among women in the tech world. Women here don't apologize for their successes. They own them. Another key to the success of women in the technical world is a strong community. As Piscione said, "It's hard to put into words, but the sense of community in Silicon Valley is something to be marveled at." Women innovators connect in many different ways in the Valley, including the National Association of Women Business Owners in Silicon Valley, which hosts events to help women entrepreneurs. These events feature successful women and are meant both to teach and to inspire. CEO of IT at Cisco Systems, Rebecca Jacoby, emphasized the importance of a community in a recent interview. According to her, women have to help each other break the boundaries that have kept them out of the high-tech world for so long. If represented in the technological world, women can have a positive influence on the industry. In a 2011 interview, Audrey MacLean stated her belief that women who study engineering and computers have an advantage over men. She cited a project she does in her class, where the guys seek out the girls as teammates. Women are particularly good at bringing the team together and presenting, which are extremely important skills when developing a product. In addition to being generally more collaborative, women have an intuitive sense of usability that leads to better products. As Cindy Padnos, founder of Illuminati Ventures, pointed out in a New York Times interview, gender diversity leads to innovation. Where is innovation more important than in the high-tech world? In an article about the world if men and women were equal from the Story Exchange, which was posted on our class blog, the author pointed out that if there were more women CEOs, not only would women earn more, but there would likely be more paid family leave and even higher employee retention. To garner this kind of cross-gender innovation and support, schools must start the process of getting more women interested in computer science. A report from the Anita Borg Institute for Women and Technology proposed that teachers have to work diligently to dispel the myths and misconceptions surrounding computer science that suggest it's a discipline mainly for men. It also suggests that more partnerships between the art and humanities and computer science classes may help engage more students. Entrepreneur Audrey MacLean is one of many others who think that the problem can begin to be corrected even before middle and high school. If more games that are targeted to girls, even before second grade, have more of an engineering or technology focus, they will spark interest. One example is GoldieBlocks, the invention of engineer Debbie Sterling, who wants to help increase interest in science in young girls. GoldieBlocks is a toy that includes a storybook and a construction kit that allows girls to complete engineering challenges in an entertaining fashion. After reading about female psychology and consulting with many school children, Sterling noticed that girls generally like to read more than they like to build. So she made a toy that combined the two, a building set and a storybook, thus allowing girls to understand not just what they're building, but why they're building it. Undeniably, the encouragement of women into the high-tech world must begin at an early age. Once they are interested in computer science, to succeed as entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley and the rest of the tech world, women must be assertive and as tough as their male counterparts. A sense of community can help them immensely. And in the end, more women in the field will expand the innovation that goes on every day in the high-tech world.